All right. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Good. All right. Today we're going to be discussing human resource management and how it affects starting a business. So do you guys remember what an entrepreneur is? We discussed it yesterday.
Now, when I took that
Not
course,
really.
that teacher was really lousy.
Well, we discussed it yesterday
I know, I'm probably going to need a refresher.
in class. You already forget what entrepreneurship is?
I took it
No,
from
look
this
back in
one.
your notes. I wrote it down.
I don't know, maybe Carla did. Hang on. Let's look at her. A person who is creative, innovative, problem-solving, self-motivated business scientist, mathematician.
Awesome. So does everyone still agree with that? That's what an entrepreneur is? Yes?
I've got a different. The one I came up with was an entrepreneur has the capacity and willingness to develop, organize, and manage a business venture along
You
with.
stole that from Brianna.
All right. Regardless of who it was stolen from, they still are good definitions of what an entrepreneur is.
So there.
But moving on to human resource management, does anyone have any idea of what human resource management is? You can throw out any idea that you possibly have.
Is that like human trafficking?
No, DJ, it is.
I'll never get that picture out of my Oh my god.
DJ for the win.
All right. Brianna, you had your hand up. Do you have any ideas?
I mean, it's not near.
All right, guys, let's reel it back in. Reel it back in. Come on. Yes, Carla.
Does that have to do with, like, it's like a manager type person that checks to make sure their employees are happy?
That's kind of what they do, yeah. They are responsible for keeping morale up. Anyone else got any ideas of what a human resource manager does?
So they
Fire
manage
people.
Humans. Do they
And a
hire
resourceful manager.
Fire people.
Fire people.
Fire people.
Do they hire them?
They do hire them, DJ. They are in charge of hiring.
Then they'd have to train them.
Yes, they would. They are in charge of setting up training. Anyone else got any ideas? It can be anything. I know we haven't talked about it yet. Matt, you're looking a little tired over there. You got any ideas? No? All right, well, I want everyone to write this definition down in their notes. Human resource management is the process of hiring and developing employees.
But you're going too fast.
Okay? Well, I'll say the definition again.
Can you write that on the board?
Yes, I can.
Can you erase that other stuff up there? It's confusing me.
I cannot. That is for another teacher's class, and it needs to stay up. But just ignore it for now.
Yeah, she shares this one.
But she's not good enough to get her own room?
Guess not.
All right, so does everyone have that definition written down?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what types of things do you think are involved in the developing of an employee? DJ mentioned one when she talked about training. So developing an employee requires training them. Any other ideas?
Don't they hold, like, sexual harassment meetings and things like that?
Yes. So that would be another part, is making sure that they are aware of all the company policies and procedures. Anything about hiring? Do you guys, any idea of hiring? Hiring someone doesn't just mean they sit down in an interview and you talk to them. What is involved before the hiring process?
Do they put ads in the paper?
They could put ads in the paper if that's how their business finds their employees. And a resume is good, taking resumes. When you're taking a resume, what type of thing do you have to do with it? Are you looking for certain stuff?
They have to go for it.
I said review it.
She said
Oh.
review it.
They have to look for qualities that align with the job description.
Exactly. So you're looking for certain parts of their resume that line up with what the position you're hiring for. So
Yep.
you're screening a resume. Okay, and there's one more part. They're recruiting. So they're in charge of finding all these people. So like Steve said, they could put an ad in the paper, or depending on what type of business it is, there could be a sign in a store window. This could be, there's a website. There's all kinds of, in hiring websites, they could be posted on there. So they're recruiting these employees, okay? And the final part is that human resource management is in charge of payroll. Okay, so they're in charge of making sure employees get their paychecks each week, bi-week, month, however the company decides to pay their employees.
Do they take the money out for, like your dentist or your doctor?
That would be depending on the company. So every company works differently. So some companies give all benefits, some companies don't.
Okay.
Some positions get better benefits than others, so
That's not
that's
right.
something that's broken down. I know, but you got to work your way up in a company to get better pay, better benefits. Yes.
Do they do that? Like when people review people so they get promotions and stuff?
Do they do
The HR people.
reviewing for promotions? Yeah, they would go back through because they would be in charge of then taking that employee again and training them for the new position that they're going to be doing. Got it? All right. So how many of you guys have jobs right now? All right. So when you were getting those jobs, what types of qualifications did you need in order to get that job? Carla?
Business experience.
Okay, what type of business experience?
Retail.
Okay, so where are you working, Carla?
TJ Maxx.
Okay, so what is your job there? What types of things do you do?
I count money.
You count money. All right. So that requires you to have an understanding of how money is counted, how it's stored, like knowing how much money is in a roll of quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyone else? What type of skills did you need to get your jobs? Or for those of you that play sports, that isn't right now, sports could be your job. But say that you can't hit a say you can't hit a baseball. Can you be on the baseball team?
No.
You
Right.
can be the manager.
You could be the manager, so
Water
you could
boy.
find a spot as a part of the team, just not actually playing for the team.
But Aziz plays soccer.
Aziz, you play soccer? All right, what type of skills do you have to have?
Yeah.
Why do you call it football? It's football in this country
You use your hand. How come?
because we can.
This shit is egg, not ball.
All right. So coming back into soccer, what type of skills did you have to play soccer? Things that you can do that people who don't play soccer don't do.
Shoot the ball and be fast.
All right, well, a track runner is fast, but would they be able to dribble a ball down the field?
Maybe.
Because maybe they can run really fast, but maybe they don't have the coordination to run fast and make sure that that ball is within a certain distance of them.
As you say, you can handle the ball.
There you go. All right. So, anyone else have any job qualifications that they needed? Yes, Carl.
I had to be friendly and a people person.
Okay,
Even though
so
I'm in an office by myself.
okay, I can see that though because you have to be able to work with other employees, right?
I don't though.
But occasionally you might. I'm sure you don't just sit in an office all the time, not talking to anyone ever.
Most of the time.
Okay, well you have a special type of job. Yes, Jared.
My place made you pass a drug test.
Okay, that is really important.
Did you fail?
Did not.
Employees definitely don't need to be taking part in that. It can be a problem for the employers.
And then you have to go to HR if you are positive, right?
Did you have to go to HR, Jared?
Don't
No.
you get fired?
Yeah, you get fired. That's why they drug test you.
They drug test you because you got fired?
No.
No, they drug test you and they will fire you if you test positive in your drug test.
Because they don't want you interacting with customers and it's not safe. Come on, Carla. Catch up.
All right. So there are all types of things that people